What if I told you that most of your suffering comes not from the world around you, but from a single source inside your mind? We live our lives believing every thought that enters our heads, convinced that our inner voice is telling us the truth. But what if it's not? What if our thoughts are the real cause of our suffering? In today's video, we're diving into Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Nguyen, where you'll discover how your thinking shapes your reality and how to break free from the mental traps that hold you back. Principle 1. Your thoughts are not facts. One of the most powerful ideas in the book is this: your thoughts are not reality. We often think that what goes on in our heads is a direct reflection of the world outside. But here's the truth. Most of our thoughts are just interpretations, stories, and sometimes even illusions created by our minds. For example, you might think, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed." These aren't facts, they're simply thoughts. But the moment you believe them as truth, they begin to control your emotions and actions. Nguyen explains that the first step to mental freedom is realizing you don't have to believe everything you think. Instead of treating your thoughts like hard truths, start observing them. When a negative thought pops up, ask yourself, is this true? You'll be surprised how often the answer is no. Principle 2. Overthinking is a mental trap. Another crucial lesson from the book is how overthinking is the root of much of our suffering. Think about it. How many times have you replayed a situation in your head, worrying about every possible outcome? We often convince ourselves that if we think hard enough, we'll find a solution. But overthinking rarely solves anything. In fact, it traps us in a cycle of anxiety, fear, and self-doubt. Nguyen explains that the mind's natural tendency to analyze everything is both its strength and weakness. Overthinking takes us away from the present moment and into a space of unnecessary mental struggle. The solution? Let go of the need to control every outcome. Practice mindfulness. Focus on what's happening now instead of what could happen. When you learn to quiet your mind, you create space for clarity and peace. Principle 3. Let go of attachment to thoughts. The final principle is learning non-attachment to your thoughts. Nguyen teaches us that thoughts will come and go. They're like clouds in the sky. You can't stop them from forming, but you also don't have to hold on to them. Most suffering comes from attaching to certain thoughts, especially negative ones. Instead of trying to suppress or fight your thoughts, observe them and let them pass. Non-attachment doesn't mean ignoring your mind. It means understanding that thoughts are temporary. This approach helps you deal with difficult emotions too. Rather than getting caught in anger, sadness, or worry, you can observe these feelings without letting them consume you. When you practice non-attachment, you gain control over your emotional state. The result? You no longer feel at the mercy of every thought that crosses your mind. You find peace within the noise. In the end, Don't Believe Everything You Think is a powerful reminder that we are not our thoughts, we are the observers of them. Your mind can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy, depending on how you choose to relate to it. Remember, you can't always control what thoughts arise, but you can control how much power you give them. So next time your mind tells you that you're not good enough, that you'll fail, or that you should worry about every little thing, pause. Ask yourself, is this really true? And if it's not, let it go. By mastering your mind, you'll discover that true peace and happiness are already within you, waiting to be uncovered. Thank you for watching, and remember, don't believe everything you think.